Actually, one of our first employees, she was the one that kind of brought the idea to us, Hannah.
Oh my God.
And
That's amazing.
yes.
What's up, it's Luis from America's Best Restaurants, and we travel the country coast to coast to find the places where you need to eat at on a weekly basis. And today we are in Marietta, Ohio, at an incredible place called Jeremiah's Coffee Shop. And this is more than just coffee. We're gonna get to talk to Karen and Liz, who are a couple of the owners. Plus, we're gonna see a huge array of items, including some of the wraps, some of their salads, and a few of the things that are gonna make your mouth water. Look, I know you're hungry because you're watching this, so why don't you come with me? Let's go check it out. All right, everybody, so now we are inside Jeremiah's Coffee House, a coffee lover's dream. But before we get started, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. We have a humongous spread of items here. So I want you to let me know which items you're gonna have when you come here. And you definitely have to come here. With that said, we have a couple of the owners here. We got Karen and we have Liz. So we really, really appreciate you guys hosting us here and then filling up the entire table.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So the first item that we made in the kitchen, and Austin even told me, so I got incredible footage about this, is this right here. Tell me, what do we have?
So you have our signature chicken salad.
Okay, all right.
It's shredded chicken with carrots and some celery in it, mayonnaise, and then we have a little secret ingredient.
Okay, are you gonna tell me the secret? No.
No, not today.
No? Okay. So, let me ask you a question. What made you bring out this entire menu on the table?
I feel like we brought out everything that we make something on. Something's homemade on it. So everything you see is something that we have made something, like made it homemade. There's some items that we serve that doesn't have any homemade items on it or anything home on it. So this has something homemade, something that's special to us.
Now, what made you guys want to start a coffee shop? Because I know this is not your first thing that you did, right?
I was a stay-at-home mom for 25 years, and I was wondering, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? The boys all graduated, and we felt like there was a need for a coffee shop downtown, and so she had been working and decided to change careers, and so here we are.
That was it. But you used to do, because we talked off camera, you used to do catering before, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did some catering.
Well, talk to me about that, because I'm sure that prepared you for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just did some catering for some local events and stuff. I had some recipes that I made, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, Karen, you should make that, you should sell that. So we just kind of led us in that direction, and I did a lot of it for like the boys basketball teams and stuff.
Okay.
So that kind of led it there, and people were like, hey, I have an event going on, would you like to cater it for me? So it just kind of rolled into that for my love of food. So
Now, did the food come after the fact of the coffee, or was it all rolled in one?
It was like phases.
Okay.
Because we started with the coffee, and then we slowly started introducing more and more food, what we felt comfortable with, what was selling, what our signature pieces, what we liked, what inspired us, and then grew from there.
And was that always part of the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
we had a slow growth. I'd say the first 6 months was just coffee and some baked goods. Then we added our chicken salad. Then we added our chicken and noodles. And then I started dreaming up sandwiches and salads.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. You mentioned this, so that's a perfect segue. So let me go ahead and grab this. All right. Got this. All right, fantastic. All right. So first, the noodles. Talk to me about the noodles.
So the noodles are a family tradition of ours. We were raised on homemade chicken and noodles, which was a signature thing in our family. And so we just decided that it's something that we needed to carry on through our shop.
That's really good. Really good. I love the flavor on it.
Thank you.
Now, there's numerous wraps on this table,
Right.
right? What is this one?
The Mariettian?
Yes.
So that is the Mariettian. That was a Karen creation, like all the other sandwiches. It is, in the beginning, I was scared of it. And I was like, this is gonna be crazy. Is it gonna work? And it is really good. Chicken, bacon, bell peppers, onions, avocado, our homemade chipotle mayonnaise, and then lettuce, and then the Gouda cheese. And it is phenomenal. It's one of our best sellers. And I love that on the spinach wrap too.
It's really good. I wasn't expecting the Gouda, so that's a little bit of a twist.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Thank you.
That is really good. Now, there's some other ones that you have on here. Which one is this?
This is the mozzarella wrap.
Okay.
So this is kind of more for our vegetarian people.
Okay.
Actually, we had a salad that was at a restaurant. We were out of town, and it was a salad with aioli mayonnaise and some stuff. And I said, we can make that into a wrap. So it kind of led us to our vegetarian menu.
Okay, so is the vegetarian menu pretty large here, or do you have a good selection of items for vegetarian?
We have a decent selection of them. We probably have 5 or 6 things that cater to our vegetarian customers.
Okay, all right. And then the other wrap that you have over there?
This is our hummus veggie deluxe.
Okay.
So it has our homemade hummus on it, and then it has black beans, edamame, peppers, onions, chickpeas. It has a lot of natural, a lot of vegetarian protein on it. So once again, we have the vegetarians that would, want to get their protein, they can get it in that wrap.
Okay, now, are you mostly, when you have these dreams, because let me tell you guys, Karen dreams about food, which is awesome, because she comes up with all these different ideas. So when you dream of something, is it mostly manifests itself in a sandwich or in a wrap fashion?
It just depends on it just depends. A lot of times I kind of, once I think about it, if I have a dream about it, I wake up, I'm like, wait a minute, we can make that into a wrap, or maybe we can do it this way. Then we test it out in here. Like at first, Jeremy can tell you, I wanted to put the Mariettian on a croissant. And Jeremy's like, no, Karen, it falls off. He said it's got to be wrapped up and contained. So I did listen to Jeremy on that.
Okay.
Yep. So it just depends. We try them out, see what works best with what I dream up. Okay.
Now, quiche in a coffee shop, because there's a lot more than coffee here.
Yes. So our quiche is 100% homemade.
Okay.
From the crust to the filling. It is actually gluten-free as well.
That's good.
So it's scratch made. And we make 5 different types of quiches. We have the broccoli cheddar, the bacon and cheddar, and then you have the sausage pepper jack.
Yes.
And we have a roasted pepper and a spinach, and they are phenomenal.
So are those big sellers here?
Yes,
they have so
people
many
get them all the time.
Really?
They don't always get them for breakfast. They get them for lunch, and then for different catering events, we do a lot of those as well.
In the beginning, we actually bought a pre-made one.
Yes.
Okay.
And when we started leaning toward the gluten-free, I'm like, we can make that. We can make that. So that's when we got into the kitchen, started testing things out, tasting different quiches, and just throwing it together and making our own signature ones.
Okay. All right. That's very cool. So I know you guys like to experiment a lot, and you have bakery in the house, which that's hard to do.
Yes.
Because cooking, you can kind of mess up and it still tastes delicious. But baking is a science.
Yes, it is. And we're all self-taught.
That's amazing. I remember the first, because I bake at home sometimes. I remember the first time I took a class and I learned how to make stromboli from scratch. The next day I go and buy a KitchenAid mixer, and their recipe said, oh yeah, use 1 cup, 600 grams of flour. And I'm like, okay, let me just get the 1 cup, and I go like this, boom, and I dump it in and I make the stromboli. It was extremely doughy. And I'm like, yeah, that's not the right way to do it. Then I decided to follow the recipe, and then it turned out well.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the thing, with all of our desserts, they are gluten-free. That's the thing, that's been one of the challenges. Sometimes we take regular recipes and we transmit them into a gluten-free cake and stuff. And that has been a bit of a challenge, but we make sure that it tastes good, it's a good texture. It's been a challenge with that, but we do it.
Right, it's a learning process. We grew up with cooking with our aunts and our parents, and regular flours. And I can remember in the beginning, she's like, "Okay, we're gonna make gluten-free noodles." And I remember being in the kitchen like, "You're insane! This was falling apart." I'm like, "This is not gonna work." Well, 7 years later, we figured out what blends to use and what we have to do, and how it is more delicate. And we have really come a long way, and I have really grown in that I know how to handle the gluten-free stuff and the texture of it and how to work it.
Okay, very cool.
I'm the mastermind. I make her do the work.
She executes. That's cool. Now, this salad looks gorgeous. There's 2 salads on the table. I want to try this one. Tell me, what do we have here? Because this looks amazing.
That's our Cobb salad with our homemade keto ranch dressing.
Okay.
So
Keto. Talk to me.
yes. So the dressing is dairy-free and sugar-free.
Well, a humongous bite here. I'm not gonna try all this. This is
Yeah.
a lot.
So the Cobb salad has romaine lettuce, bacon, chicken, avocado, hard-boiled egg, grape tomatoes, blue cheese, and the dairy-free homemade dressing from scratch.
It's so good.
Thank you.
We started leaning toward, in the beginning of the year, we do what's called keto crazy. And so we have all these people doing their diets and stuff and what they want from it. And so that was something, a salad, and a Cobb salad's on there. And I started doing around, checking around, and then we came up with a dairy-free dressing, which is absolutely delicious. Probably my favorite.
It's really good.
Isn't that good?
It's
Yeah,
really good,
it's
super
very
fresh. That's salad. Very solid.
awesome. Yes.
Very solid. That's awesome. Now, what is the other one that you have?
This is my favorite. This is the south of the border. So we've got the black olives, the salsa, quinoa, edamame, chickpeas, black beans, corn, and then the tortilla crunchies and avocado. And then it has our homemade spicy honey lime dressing.
Okay. That's very cool.
And then sometimes I dress mine up and add chicken or some sour cream, but just like right there, it's a good alternative for vegetarians, and it's delicious.
Now, side question that has nothing to do with food. How is it being here in Marietta? Tell me about that.
It's really awesome. It's so neat to see how it's grown, and where it was and where it is now, and the struggles that we've gone through. And we have also, we're very connected with the downtown, with the chamber and the Main Street. We work with them doing their different events they have, and we're good partners with them. So they have, it's first Friday. So the first Friday of every month, we're down here, open late, and we have special drinks and partner with them on different events. And also the Sturmo Festival.
Okay.
It is the second weekend in September. So 20 to 50 Sturmo boats come in town, and they close off the streets. So there's so much community down here that's very active. But then also, we really enjoy being a part of the community as a whole county.
Okay.
We work a lot with the youth organizations, especially with the 4-H clubs. And we sponsor awards. So just how connected we are with our community too.
It's really, I really appreciate the downtown and the historic part of our town.
Yes.
And everything they do. It's like, I'll be the first to admit, before I opened the coffee shop, I didn't realize what a gym we have downtown, how special it is with the historic and all the tourism and stuff.
That's awesome. I love it when you're connected. And also, you had people here from all over town. Hey, this is somebody from the chamber and this and that.
Yes.
There's a lot of different people that know you guys, and they appreciate you for what you do and how you're connected with the community, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
Very important to us.
Now, when you were forming the coffee shop and you started thinking, okay, we're gonna have a menu, where did that menu come from?
The menu finally came from just kind of our family traditions and what we have, and I wanted it to be something a little bit different than what downtown had to offer. We have some great breakfast places that serve traditional breakfast items, so we wanted to step outside the box a little bit and serve something different, and just build from that. And like I said, everybody has things that are similar, but we wanted to make ours a little bit more personable to what we like, and so that's kind of where it came from.
Okay. Very cool. And of course, your dreams, right?
Yeah, and
Yes.
my dreams. Gotta come up with my dreams. Yes, they do.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed that we forgot one wrap. What is that one right there in the front?
In the front over there. That is the
Let's see.
Southwest turkey.
Yes.
Southwest turkey
Okay. All right.
with our fajita chicken.
Fajita chicken soup. What made you want to add this one to the menu?
It actually was our very first wrap.
Yes.
It was our very first wrap we added to the menu. I honestly believe that we were out of town and I had something with chipotle mayonnaise on it, and I thought, well, how can we incorporate that into the shop? And so we just kind of brought all the ideas together. I remember it's in the kitchen when we were making it, and we were like, okay, what can we put on it to make it to be good? And so we just took all the stuff that we had back there and just kind of built it. So
That soup is amazing. Oh my God.
Thank
yes, very good.
Literally, I want to take it in and dip it in there
Yes.
and eat it.
Yeah.
That's so
That's
good.
probably the number one combination on the
Is it?
fajita chicken soup day. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, so is this available all the time or
No.
only? Okay.
Yes.
All of our items are pretty much available all the time. Some of the bakery items are not here all the time. We kind of rotate them in and out. We try to keep our carrot cake here all the time, our brownie, and things like that. We serve our muffins. People love our muffins. It's homemade, and it's gluten-free and dairy-free.
Okay.
Because we have some people who have the intolerance that's gluten-free, but also have the dairy-free. So that's how we got that.
Well, I appreciate that you brought up the desserts from bakeries, because let me tell you this, I got a sweet tooth. So, carrot cake, that's your number one.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What made you put carrot cake in the menu?
Actually, one of our first employees, she was the one that kind of brought the idea to us, Hannah. And
That's amazing.
yes.
We call her our redheaded sister because
Yes.
she kind of fits into our family well. She doesn't live around here anymore, but she lives in Texas, and she's like, you guys do great, like with the gluten-free other things. She goes, let's start some desserts in here, and she said I have a great recipe for carrot cake, and so.
And it is fail-proof.
Is this gluten-free?
Yes.
Yes, it's gluten-free.
Seriously?
Yes. 100%.
100%.
Made from scratch.
This flavor is it's unbelievable. It's probably
Thank
one
you.
of the best carrot cakes I've ever had. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. You know, carrot cake is one of those things that kind of sounds weird if you've never tried it
Right.
before.
Right.
But then you try it, and I go, okay. But it's hard to find a really, really good carrot cake.
I agree.
And this is gluten-free. I don't even understand. It makes no sense to me. But okay.
It has been
It's
the
really good.
challenge, but we have, I believe, wholeheartedly, we have mastered it. So.
Yep.
Let me think about that one. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is phenomenal. Literally, when the episode ends, I think I'm gonna crush this. But as other people know, yes, I have a sweet tooth, like I mentioned before, and this is one of my favorite things in the entire world. Everybody knows.
Yes.
Or if you don't know, M&M's is my favorite thing in the entire world. So, talk to me about this.
This is our chocolate supreme cake. It has got chocolate cake, and in the center it has the cheesecake in the middle, our homemade cheesecake. And once again, it is gluten free. And it has our chocolate fudge icing on top of it. So we have our supreme cakes. We have several of them. One of them is we have a supreme red velvet, which we put cheesecake in the center, and then we have the.
We've done a Heath one, and we've done Oreo, and the biggest seller probably be the Buckeye, or the
Buckeye. Really?
Reese Pieces. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. This might be gluten-free, but it will not be pillow-free, because I'm probably gonna pass it after this. So that's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Like literally, my mind, I don't even understand. This is gluten-free, but the flavor is. I couldn't tell you that this is gluten-free. If you put it in front of me, I'll eat it. But this is just a normal cake.
That's what we try to push and tell our customers. They'll be like, "Oh, I don't like gluten-free," and I'm like, "Listen, just taste it." And 9 times out of 10, they're totally blown away.
Oh, absolutely. I'm blown away. I mean, because the whole gluten-free is kind of like a little bit apprehensive.
Yes.
It
When
is.
people say it, but
I think in the beginning, because gluten-free,
amazing.
it really, honestly, from our family having issues with gluten, in the beginning, they didn't taste good. I mean, you have to tweak your recipes and to make it taste good. So.
it's phenomenal. I'm blown away that the desserts are this good, because again, you have that little bit of an apprehension when people mention that thing,
Right.
or is this or sugar-free, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
I can't tell the difference.
Right.
It's outstanding. Now, one question that I did not ask in the beginning, which I should have asked, but that's okay. Where did the name Jeremiah's Coffee Shop come from?
Okay, the name is actually in honor of my son. So when we started this whole idea, I actually was pregnant, and we were talking about it, and I'm like, okay, sure, Karen, we'll go with it, whatever, I was along for the ride. I had changed careers. I was just rolling with the punches.
Our first name of the coffee shop was
Gonna be Big
Big
K.
K's Coffee House and Cafe, because everybody calls me Big K. So that was the name. And then in October of 2014, I was blessed with a little baby boy named Jeremiah. But unfortunately, he didn't make it. We had him here with us for 7 weeks. It was a blessing, and I couldn't be more proud to call him my son. I had to be his mom. So anyways, through all of that craziness, we
We're,
I woke up one night.
You woke up and
I woke up one night and I'm like, listen, we gotta change the name. And I'm like, listen, we gotta change the name, Liz. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, we gotta change the name. It has to be Jeremiah's.
That's awesome.
And that's where the heart comes in the middle of the name, because he always will live in our heart.
Yes.
I love
So,
that.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for your loss, of course, but Jeremiah clearly lives on.
Yes, he
because
does.
this,
Yes, he does.
the food is phenomenal.
Thank
It really,
you.
really is.
Thank you.
And look, I saw the bakery. I got to say too. So I was looking at the donuts, and I'm like, and then I was even commenting about. You guys have like what is it, a margarita cake or something?
Yeah,
like
Yes,
that?
the strawberry
What?
medium.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, and I was commenting to Jocelyn that you guys have red velvet cake, which is very hard to find unless it's the holidays.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, how good is this really gonna be?
Yes.
They're all gluten-free
Jer-
too.
That's what I'm talking.
Made from scratch.
Jeremiah's is where it's at. That's all I'm talking about right now. Now let me cover a little bit of the drinks, and then we'll wrap up. So,
Okay.
what is this? Because I wasn't expecting this here.
That's one of our like strawberry lemonades that we feature, or like a fruit
That's
infused.
really good. That is
Thank you.
really good. Wow. Okay, and then you got coffees.
Yes.
Which one's this one?
This is just our house blend.
Okay.
That's
house
our
blend.
that's our Jeremiah blend that is roasted for us by Cafe Brioso out of Columbus, Ohio. They were gracious to make us a blend when we got started, and it's pretty awesome because you can buy it online. They have their at Cafe
the
Brioso. They have our blend. So, and that's the Marietta mocha.
And I know I got that whipped cream mustache with salt. That's awesome. That's
And-
really good.
yes.
That's caramel.
It's caramel, chocolate, and white chocolate with our house espresso.
Yes.
Where have you been all my life? That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes. Yes. And this
this
over here
here-
is our boba.
Okay.
It's like bubble tea, so it's got the it's chai, and it has the pearls in the bottom of it.
That's
And
really
those
good.
are
The honey pearls.
the honey pearls, top of the and we make those in
I'm gonna
pearls.
tell you what, this one right here is a sleeper for me.
Okay.
Ooh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Look, everybody, if you're looking for more restaurants like Jeremiah's Coffee House, which is more than just coffee, and it's a coffee lover's dream too. Look, you gotta make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Let me know out of all the items you saw here today, what are you going to get when you come here? I love this restaurant. It's awesome. Whenever you're down in Marietta, Ohio, you need to come here because there's a million choices in here. And of course, every time the Karen dreams, something shows up in the menu, so you never know what you're gonna find. So now, how can people find out more information about your restaurant?
They can find us on Facebook and on Google and Instagram.
Yes.
And we have a great marketing manager, Jocelyn. Can't forget about Jocelyn. She has done a great job for us, and she gets our stuff out there.
I love it. Shout out Jocelyn. You heard her here. She's off camera, but giving her a shout out. And that's it for us. Come on down, support local businesses. Love this restaurant. We're gonna see you guys on the next one.